Right, hello everyone. This is a video about posterior chain or your spine mobilization and activation and the shape of things you need for running. I'm going to talk a little bit in the beginning and explain, but then once I start, it's going to be in the speed and timing of how you should do the exercises. So when you come back and watch this video, you'll just go to, let's say, 2 minutes, and then it'll pace you through it perfectly. I'm not going to explain and talk. I'm just going to do at the right pacing, at the right flow, so that you can just follow along. Okay, so we've got to explain a little bit in the first what the hell it is that we're doing. This is to practice your posture for running, to empower your posterior chain and spine, and to help let go your anterior chain, and to antidote, let's say, traveling or riding a bicycle or just general life. Okay, so that's what it's there for. And when I talk about the posture of running, when we run, we want, this is quite a narrow focus. Okay, we want head on top of shoulders, shoulders on top of hips. We want this sort of forward shifted posture. A lot of times when our anterior chain gets tight, we get stuck in this posture, we get caught behind our hips. We can't sort of extend and shift forward. Okay, and so this is practicing that shape of forward shifting, head on top of shoulders, shoulders on top of hips, opening up the back of your neck, and also creating strength and integrity in the system, so that why wouldn't I hold that position? I've had terrible posture for my whole life. It's something that I need to do more of, so I'll make a commitment to do it daily, and you should too. Okay, and when should you do this? After cycling is a good idea. Before running, to practice your posture and shape of running. Getting off an aeroplane after long travel. Try and do it fairly regularly, especially if you want to run well, or if you've been anterior, like me, anterior chain dominant your whole life. It's quite a bit of work to keep yourself balanced between the anterior and posterior chain. And there is definitely a sense of letting go of your anterior chain. Okay, if you've used your anterior chain a lot and you sort of get off it, it's a definitive it's either on or it's off. And once it's off, you've got to keep it off. The balance seems to be that your anterior chain is not held in tight. Okay, your breath is free, your chest is open, your adductors and hamstrings start to soften and lengthen. Okay, and very importantly linked to that is hamstrings. So the first exercise is not part of our mobility sequence. It's just a really, really helpful exercise is after cycling especially, or anytime you want to decompress your spine and sort of wake things up. Happy baby pose. So happy baby pose is grabbing your big toes, your toes. So let me show you. I'm grabbing my big toe and grabbing my big toe, and this is happy baby pose. And generally speaking, if you hang out in this position, you'll start laughing. Okay, what you should do after cycling is decompress your spine. Look at the tilt of my head. Can you see it's tilting and looking up? Okay. When you get off a bicycle and you get into this position, you're likely to be like this because your anterior chain is so tight. You can't relax long onto the floor. And lying and putting your feet up on a wall, be careful what wall, you'll scuff the wall, so it's better to do it against a door or something with acrylic paint that you can clean. So lying on your back and then lying there until your neck relaxes. And you can do windshield wipers with your feet. You can bring your feet down. You can sort of press into your feet and relax. You can walk against the wall with your legs and release your hamstrings. But you can do happy baby pose and rock and sort of move and rock your head from side to side and just wiggle and relax. But a really good idea, if you want to really create sort of length and space in your hamstrings and decompress your spine, doing that after cycling, after driving, after sitting, after flying, or just in general, is a really good idea. And generally speaking, it takes about 5 minutes of, if you've been riding hard or riding long on a bicycle, I strongly suggest the first thing you do as you walk in the door is lie down, get your feet up, relax your anterior chain first, because then your digestion will improve, your protein check's going to work better, or your carbohydrate, whatever, your meal will work better. Okay, so it's one of the first things you should probably do when you get off the bike. Okay, so without much further ado, we're going to go through a whole posterior chain empowerment, strengthening, sequence. Welcome and enjoy. We're going to start with palms down, and forward on the back of my hands.
Give your shoulders a shrug and flap your wings to make sure that they're nice and relaxed. And then I'm just going to gently rock my hips from side to side. So my hips falling this way, my hips falling that way. Be very mindful. This is like your running posture. The back of your neck should be open. So we're just relaxing from side to side. And as we relax from side to side, let go your breath, let go your chest, relax into it. As you relax from side to side, you should feel, if I rock to the left, my right knee presses in the floor. If I rock to my right, my left knee presses in the floor. That's the cue for that, is your knee floats forward when you run and by. And allow that and recognize that a soft knee floating forward helps you rock from side to side. And that will start to mobilize your psoas and your iliacus and soften them so you don't have to hip hook them. Okay, look, the back of my neck is long. I'm not looking like this. This is my running posture, and you're practicing the rhythm and fluidity and timing of your running. Notice how far up your spine this movement goes from side to side, and it probably stops in your shoulder blades, or here. For me, it feels like it's stopping there. Okay. We're going to mobilize from the top down. Palm up, forehead in the back of your hand, hand in the back of your head, flap your shoulders. I'm going to swap it around quickly. Wiggle your shoulders, flap your wings. I'm going to lift with my shoulder blade, this elbow just off the ground. I'm going to widen and move towards the camera. I'm trying to glide the shoulder blade along my ribs. I'm trying to move my lats towards you. I'm trying to move my elbow towards the camera. I'm not trying to rotate my head or my neck. That happens secondarily. There should be no pain in my neck, no discomfort. I'm just moving this way, and as a result, my neck rotates. Okay. Similar pacing. 1, 2, 3 out. 1, 2, 3 back in. Feel your shoulder blades glide on your back. Okay, swap round. Other palm on your forehead, other palm on the back of your head. Shrug your shoulders a little bit, flap your wings. Use your shoulder blade to pick your elbow up about 1 inch off the ground. Move everything to the left. 1, 2, 3 out. 1, 2, 3 to the midline. Relax your chest, soften your breath, relax your breathing. The movement, moving to the side, helps move your neck. Okay, we can do one more. Right, back to palm down, forehead in the back of your hand, long back of your neck. Go back to rocking, relax your shoulders. Go back to rocking your hips, and hopefully you feel like your head dances. Okay, so now in transverse movement, we've sort of animated our spine. Now we're going to do wave-like movement. So drag your belt buckle up the floor, and then let that go, and then arch your back and drag your belt buckle. And drag your belt buckle up and relax. So I'm turning my pelvis this way and relaxing. Back contracts, kind of deep core contracts. Back contracts, deep core contracts. Back contract, deep core contracts. As you relax into it, you'll notice that that movement can get up into your shoulders and up into your neck. Okay, there's quite a lot going on. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do is spinal wave. Okay, so hands wider than your shoulders, long back of your neck, hovering your nose just off the table. Don't drop your nose into the table. Don't look up, don't collapse your neck. You do enough of that already in swimming and cycling. Long back of your neck. This is my running posture. Okay, we're going to reach with our chin, breathe out, take the tension over your body like a slug in 4 separate movements, distinct movements. Eyes up, head up. Okay. Breathing slowly through your nose into your chest. Feel the muscles between your shoulder blades contract. Press your belly to the floor and feel your lower back contract, and breathe into your belly, and then press your hips into the floor and your glutes will contract. You want a sensation that a string is pulling you up from your heels. Tilt your head, forward to the ground, reach with your chin, you fully exhale. Okay, so now try and do it in 4 separate distinct moves, but do it more fluidly. So eyes up, head up, breathing into chest, breathing into belly, big belly pressing the floor, press your hips into the floor, tilt your head, forward, chin, you fully exhale, relax like a slug. Okay, breathing in, belly, chest, hips, forward, reach with your chin, breathing in. It's really important to get those segments of your spine woken up and contracting each individually. So it's eyes up, head up, breathe into chest, breathe into belly, breathe into hips. Okay, so now we've empowered and woken up our spine from the back. The next exercise, keeping this sort of same push-up, relaxed shoulder, don't go chaturanga and arms underneath your shoulder blades, give your shoulders plenty of room, is you're going to, long back of your neck, we're going to rock to one side and then step this leg longer. And then we're going to rock to the other side and then step the bottom leg longer. Okay, so rocking, turning, and then this whole leg, I think bones not muscle, steps down and you'll feel your back open up a little bit. Turn, then step. This is the timing of running. You rotate and then you generate power in running. You don't generate power in running as soon as your foot hits the ground. You have to travel forward and rotate, then step. So you're teaching your brain the timing of turning and then stepping. Turning and then stepping. Turn and then step. Turn and then step. Turn and then step. Turn and then step. Okay, so that's quite a comprehensive sequence of sort of strengthening, practicing your running posture. This is the posture that you want to run in. So you're reinforcing and strengthening and owning that sort of posture. The next, we're just going to animate our spine and free us up because we can get a little bit locked up with sort of that sort of strength position. So we're going to go into cat-cow. So rounding our spine, relaxing your head, exhaling. In, breathing in through your nose. Try and move from the sacrum first and then up and head up. Now you inhale and exhale. And inhale. Your back arches, your head comes up last. Move from the spine first. Round, then head goes down. So I'm trying to move here. My sacrum goes up, then my head comes up. My sacrum goes down, then my head goes down. I exhale, I inhale. Move from the sacrum first. Sacrum moves first, exhaling. Head comes down last. Let go your head, press the floor away. Sacrum moves first, inhaling. Head comes up last. Okay, now we're going to rotate our spine. So it's like a butter churn. My belly button is going to do a big circle. So I'm doing circles with my belly button in one direction, and then I'm going to try and let my head go. So it's like cat-cow with a bit of rotational cat-cow. And don't worry if your head's doing the wrong thing or the right thing. Just make sure your head's also moving, and then go the other way. Okay, and we're going to finish off with a little bit of side to side bending. This is very, very good for piriformis and very good for head over foot when you're running. Okay, head over foot to head over foot. So the movement I'm doing is
I'm shifting my hips across, and this is all opening up, and my head's going to this side. Okay? And then I'm going to do the same to the other side. So hip shifts across, head to the other side, breathe in. You're only breathing into one lung basically because you're compressing this lung down, back to the midline, and then breathe in. Breathe out to the midline. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so from the side, it's looking, breathe in, breathe out to the midline. Very good for opening up your intercostals, very good for your swimming, and very good for getting used to a sense of lateral head movement from side to side, and very, very good for your piriformis, because your piriformis is rocking from this side to that side. Also very good for bike handling skills. Okay. And I think that's pretty much enough. This will pair very well with swinging the rope backwards, with a bit of backward walking, and that'll open up and give you a beautiful posture when you're running and wake up your posterior chain. You can pair this with a little bit of adductor and groin movement, so things like this, just to release, that's your anterior chain, is your adductors and your hamstrings. So now is a good time to do that, but that's not for this video. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully that was about 10 minutes. Take care, share with a friend that you think needs sharing with, and good luck and move well, and I hope you have a fantastic year ahead.